Sir Joshua Ninja family is now live. Streaming Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, shout out on Cameo Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous episode.
Okay, this is called Pathfinders, Wrath of the Righteous. This is episode 2. We're going to continue where we left off, where we're in the part we had. I think it looked like we were in a tavern, but we can continue it. I think we talked to her already. Oh, they're dead. The whole dead. How much? All dead. Too much to hold all day for 2 days. I never heard the army out here. Never. I was supposed to still fight, make the demons rule the. Here. Oh, the tale of a commandment you has you air permits a gray of shown. Choose his hidden military style. He learn and groom his and ministry. Twinkle could his eyes in his eyes. It set it off in the jaw. His large and eagle flame. It's that here is a man who always ready to be on the move. Greatly, I'm greetings, I am her venture captain of Pathfinder Security Society. Security, I think. I am the supervisor officer among Pathfinder in the region of Medu. How the security is run, most of the operation here, alright? Operation here right now, besides me. There's mostly a Pathfinder here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of a old feud with the demon worshipper known as a spinner of Nightmare. and I had to work alone without without the support of the security. But I made a lot of that word's pretty hard to say. Acquaintance among the local mercenaries, I think, and during the fighters. If you need any of good fighters for the honest, cause we talk to me. Tell me about confront with the spinners of nightmares. It's all began with the task of Pathfinder security. I arrived in Nirvana, and my team is to investigate of suddenly death of the famous Crusader Barwin Falkran, I think it is. We'll soon focus on the small hospital for the weary Falkran was began to treat this short because his death. I turned out that the gang gone a hermit cultist called themselves the Labyrinth of mine of his creating of foothold at the hospital. Okay, I want to read a little bit of the past. The Pathfinder security. The Pathfinder is security, the global spin, the organization based on an organized base. In Absaran. The membership is console of primary of Pathfinder adventures in the travel through the garrison unusually intercontinental and explore the Duval of the otherwise experience to lesser seen parts of the world. There, seeing a journalist the documentary their back travels to their venture captain who is assigned to them new mission to suggest a new place of explore the most exciting and imitate of those journals comply in the Pathfinder in a outgoing series of books to collect the history and mystery of Garrison. But I think it's Garrett, and I think for the membership of the general public. That's public security, guys. Guys, I cannot read these kind of words. The capital of the Crusader of Sayamandu, Neoson, I think it is designed the first, foremost of defensive veteran to hold back the endless the marker of the whirlwind. Near Sun is also the holy city of Many of the nominal residents are the worship of, and they include the Queen Grief, the ruler of Medu, Chief's form, the Council of Indel, and is central of the boast of Nerion, fiscal structure of defense of the city, that said that Ra Cat he Cadel also draw a face a pilgrim from afar of worship at the renewed holy site. That's the last time you can look at it. Continue. We're obvious with the twisting of the mind of their victim. And the target of fragile people to weaken and resist. The hospital was filled with the perfect victim. So late, the weakened from the outside world are completely helpless, and when they return the distance, we were most not return the we're distant most normal, but the moments there had certain promise something dark awake in their minds. They transform into the servants of the Baberment. I think I'm going to say it's pretty hard. Baberment already lied to betray that even killed the labyrinth, and the mind was prepared and infiltrate all those elite circles in the Mindel. The burden Falron stopped them. And he was too loyal to his oath to the resent to their spells, and he forgot for this freedom until the stain broke his heart. We opened and cleaned the city of Bowerman pit of the vipers. There then was a cradle of sin and filth. They cast spells on each other. Their loathsome fantasies of stepping real from their minds into the world they're dreaming, the horrified forbidden things, and they fight like they're mad and were burnt from the place to the ground and slaughter everyone we could, but the leader and the cult were able to flee, and they were set upon rage. Continue. They abducted my daughter and Laura Lurie, who who survived under my command in the past security. They left a note filled of tarts of insult, monarchy, and sneer from the note. Sneer or from the note. I learned the name of my enemies. The spinner of nightmares. A few months later, he confirmed that she was a leader of the labyrinths of the mind. My hunt had begun. I got Lori back at any cost. Harold grits his teeth with bulldog demise, and I think. I want to know more about you. What actually are you interested in? I'm a common Pathfinder. That's a Pathfinder. And there are many other like me. Faith in my other brought me to this island. How did you end up here? I work for an assignment for the Pathfinder security, and then a demon worshipper named the Spinner of Nightmares abducted my daughter. Larity. For the part of 3 years, I've been trying to save her. During the time I become the specialist scouting the demon territories, I even planted an agent cultist, the truth toads, in the piercing of spinners of nightmares. No, spinners of nightmares. I've been acting more than behalf the Queen Gilfrey. Then the Pathfinder security is a long story, because I told you the rest of it sometimes. Harold frowned grimly. This spinner of nightmares is a true spawn of Abyss. I fought her many times, but I've never been able to seize her by the throat. Tell me about your daughter. Harold smiled and showed his healthy white teeth. As a little girl, Liberty was just an angel. We lost her mother early on. She was left and followed my example. A drifter with a little idea how to talk for 10 years. Girl, but even with such a questionable parenting, Lori managed to grow up into a wonderful girl, but brave, smart, beautiful, entire unbearable. She's always argues with me, but about everything. When Larry was 18 and she told me she was going to be a Pathfinder, all I said was, alright, I know there was no use to try to and talk to her out of it. And She was a fine Pathfinder. Herald sisterhood. This clamped with his painful sounding cracks. I never forgot the spinner of nightmares for talking about my girl from it. No, I meant taking my girl away from me. Tell me about the Pathfinder security. The Pathfinder security was a global organization new to opportunists, an adventure of all kinds, exploring the world, undercover secrets, travel, and some faces down the street. The time of trouble of the latter because our primal focus were driven to the curiously the desire of the making the world a better place, and of course some sneaking profit of hunger of glory. Here's Pathfinder security. Here you go. Can read it for a minute and pause it and continue. But of course, but in case of the handwork, they might send you anywhere on the mission we can have a little place in the security. It's more in for security. It's more for the seasoned fighter. There are security lodges in the city, many lodges in many cities, closer to the one of in Nero Yan. I'm going to say Nero Yan. They are each led by Venturous Captain, lead to lads like me. The guarded lodges in Abyssan to the center of the world, the Vader right site. These I'm going to say a D site. There is anonymous council of our leader. I have no more questions. If you have a question, come to me. I need to be a brave, experienced fighter. Your reply to my lad. You have to pay 400 to stand up straight. How much money do I have? That's amount not acceptable. I need to come back. How much money do I have? I have to go. Yeah, good luck. Welcome. Well, good luck. Watch your back. Once you trust your closest friend, the enemy is killing and terrestrious. End of dialogue. How much money do I even have? I could do it. I got $600, but I don't want to spend all my money. But
adventures await.
You replied to my lad for 400 standard rate. If I might do it. Great resistance has arrived in a dialogue. What? I can do something? I could choose another one? I'm changing it, my appearance? I want to add him. I don't know how this works. How does this work? I can take it. Maybe I need to update it. I want to do assassin. Let's do that. Oh, I cannot do this, guys. Oh, I think. Elemental Witch, I'm gonna be. I have a viper, a raven, a rat, a monkey, a lizard, a herd, a duck. I want to have a cat. Bezos. Rain Fate.
Their life ends here!
So many thoughts, so little time.
Defeat is not an option.
Forwards!
A solid spell's not working like...
Someone else would make better use of this.
That's what you get.
Damn, son!
I sense something.
I can find better.
Beautiful.
There is no greater satisfaction than in overcoming a challenge. That is, of course, until one day the challenge overcomes you.
I'm not talking, by the way. Characters have a player's character has a prepared a spell, a treat, actually require materials component as first kit, which you do not propose the material components energy necessary to cast the spells. If your spells require such as components, they would be listed in the description. Those are items are expanded to the spell cast. You materials component spells from the vendors. You can from an example visit safe places to the shop.
I tire of waiting. I'll make my own legend.
I thought I had like friends. That's what friend right there. I need to take a bath. I'll be right back. I want to see a man about a horse. I need to be back. I need to go to the restroom. And I'll be right back. Okay? Can we read this a little bit of this? And guys, if you're on it here, please fast forward while I come back and can read it if you want to follow. Guys, I'm back. Sia smiled at you warmly. Here's there. Hey there, doing that March thought the dungeon where we were getting a chance to and exchange for perhaps agreements. It's higher times I sneak. I shake your hand. I like to know more about you. Of course, you ask anything. I answer honestly. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Gab. I'm a little bit from Posh, but mostly from the Knights of Inadel. I was accepted to begin my training in the 14s belong to the ranks more than belonging to any other place. Where you come from Midel by the long road, haven't you? Very long one. So we looked at you, cheerful. I travel as expected to amuse the story. Unfortunately, you have only 3 tales of interest. I like to save them for the next few words. I will not have anything to show for myself when the time start to be bragging, and that just will not do, especially since I won the night with the curry cautionary tale of the battle with the Capobrella. I don't know that word. Everyone can tell me what that word is. You cannot tempt me with the story about a fire of Chicapagara. I cannot pronounce that word, guys. And then not follow through what are that word by the way. Lawful. Is your attitude towards my life or war to careful explain for a paladin? Lawful. What the feast will be. I will talk when you celebrate the next victory. I want to try the lawful thing. You have an attitude towards life and war to carefree acts for a paladin. Was that a hint, a reproach? If you only ask that, no one. I do not think you so you to know when the next for a joke. When it's a time for a morning at the moment of joy of a sermon, and sometimes a good traveler story can be all those things. If you entertain purified of soul, that is a story about the cowbell and the one of a good one. You performed a action was a lawful. Continue. Picture a small town in Cadural. Caterer. I don't know what. Down in the dungeon, and the two murderers waiting for the execute for the gallows are allowed to build for them. The roads begin to but something life takes a surprise tournament suddenly of a paladin, and they'll approach in the doorway, offering a murder a deal of they're going to fight some monsters there if they are survived that is. Waste moss Sapi of the Palace Emperor of Kelsha of Quadira Kawara is a kingdom of the power of swallowing emperor. At its back, Quadira is a cash doorway to the inner sea region, perhaps a single most valuable piece of the real interstate of Ungaran. Here you can read it and continue. The big difference between the amusement of death, probably the probable death with a glimmer of hope. Glamour, I think it's glamour of hope. Won't not you say? So here we are traveling through the desert, me and my friend of the priestess of Sarani, along with the little rat folks. And follow who asked me for help. And a cutthroat, we got to the rat folks' village and see there is a body laying around and drained dry. We figure we have to fight vampires. That's how we like the rat folks to describe the monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went. And the businesses are like, the sun is high and the vampires cannot attack until dusk. Sorry, and Noah's to her face as the dwelling flower, the healing light, and even light, Saranray. No, I cannot pronounce that name, guys. Is it going? Goddess who teach the temperance and the patience and the things of compassion and the peace of are the greatest future, and the enemies of the faith of the redeemed. There should be a worship of a goddess of healing, honesty, redemption. Of the sun begins far to the east of Lanner Sea, in the vast of Hatteras, Emperor of Kyusha, but her worship can now find throughout the world. Here you can look at it and read it. Now, continue. But we never got a chance to look around. The black shells attacked as the wind attack us from all sides. No vampires, but no Chikabaras. I think it's Chikabara, guys. Once of the lads we pull from the gallows and kill gallows to get killed right away. The second one we ran for his life. That left me in a rat and Kira. That was the name of the priestess, and we're all sealed ourselves from the fight of our lives. Continue. Just when we got through the end, and we come with the Chikabara surrounding me like a pack of dogs around the bears of rats. Friends wondered and down the teeth of the quickness of their being blasting monsters clutch on the Kira's shoulder. Right then, when we hoped I was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly come running back and killed the beast attacking Kira, and I'm sure you know that I turned a point in the fight like this was a moment before we lost. A moment later we had it back to the control. Then that chick Chapabara, I think it's Chapabara, chopped dead on the one by one. The rat folks reunite with their family where high in the basement. The priestess and I closed my eyes, and that boy from the gallows who saved us. Was a shame he did not survive the fight. May the God kept his soul in the journey. Thought the afterlife. Everyone, that good story. We could have died in disgrace on the gallows, but instead he died as a hero. I expect more cheerful story, and now I'm sad. Evil, your survivor was a fool. He could easily been fled. I'm gonna say the number one. The good story has not died disgrace and the gallows, but he said die a hero. And I frankly stunned him some points, and the final judgment is smarter. Remember, our journey did not end in death. Continue. Have you been for mercy in the Miles? that was my name, and I would be hanging from the nose, and me and Kyra and all the rat folks would be dead, and that some village told me that is a kind of deed done by the unkind person in the hundreds. Times more precious by some of by the same token, and an evil done by the noblest skill of 100 of times more horrifying. That was really wanted to say the Chumpabara or something were just a good starting point. What made you become a paladin of Everdeen? Sierra Glaze Serpent Motionary. Then she thought, that is a serious question and a good one. You should ask it in a companion, but it's a long story. I started with 12 years ago. I was nothing like a person, and I am rammed. I'm a ram around the streets of Soku with the other homeless orphans. I sold and I fought and I heard the sword for a bit, not prepare the origin from a paladin. Is it? Continue. It's like a story, guys. And I bet you it's like an hour right now, guys, playing this. Back then, Soku is a city of orphans in the window. Orphans, window, and the windowers of Ganals demate the city of regular of my parents were amused their victims. People there heard about the new deaths before they're finished mothering in their previous losses. One day in the group of knights and of Amadil brought me glamour and a hope to the city, but while I saw them as a survivor, a protector, protector, as a busy piercing up their noble horses and their glimmer material armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. Ha ha ha. Continue. A thief lived one day at a time. That's what they said I was they said I was typing that. I never thought the pass of next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of those Montreal helms. Stella paused, her voice sadly and amused. And and I was right there when Gurnos attacked me, and the helm owner and Ismail was his name, and I dealt with the blow to the unprotected head. Again now, like all those owners, she fearless drove me from the gates of Soku. The one blow was fatal, but who was really blamed for her death? The grenade attacked our young thief named her name is Shika. I know what it takes to survive sometimes. I cannot judge you. I even see a small misdeed. We could have a terrible consequence. Catholic is a life at Kura in full chaos. Sometimes you need to survive. Just come down to luck. You could not have noticed the consequence of your actions. I'm doing something Catholic, like the life is cruel for chaos. Sometimes you need to just to survive down to the luck. I just did an action, but so how you see it? Sierra looked at you with a curious but no hospitality. I cannot accept that point in view. If the story of my youth taught me or anything, it's that we're all accountable for our actions. It's too easy to wave off responsibilities to use the currently life and a excuse. I prefer an action of Catholic. But you're asking me what brought me into this rank of Lomdale warrior, where I choose the paladin's path for my own reasons. Somehow I guided to a noble spirit, some by desire to fight the injustice because who I am. That's I thought penance and penance and a debt unpaid. They days email died protecting the city. I want to kill myself for a terrible guilt, but then I realized I won't make it in the world by any better if I decide that instead. I tried to take her place, and I become who she had been, protecting the innocent that would be no longer be able to protect. What are you principles that a paladin and Indel follow? She has smiled. I tell you, I like to recreate our code. I feel like I said it thousands of times, but I never get too old there strict. But it never gets old. There is a strength in the world. After a pause, she began to her voice slowly and medicates. I will learn the weight of my sword without my heart guided. It is wise. No, worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but it's in my heart. I lose my sword. I have a lot. I have lost a tool. If you betrayed my heart, I have died. Continue. I will have faith in her Terry, the channel of her strength through my body. I shine in the legion, and I not in the treason, Tyrannus. Her guilty thought base action. I'm the first into battle. The least I live it. I will not be taken. The prisoner by freeing will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon my champions, companions. I thought I will honor the surface freely again. Give it a minute. Continue. Well, guards honor the fallables through the indeed, and I will have faith in them when I'm no doubt my force of enemies in the slender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse a challenge from the accord. I will give honor and worth the enemies, the contempt of to rest. I will suffer from death before dishonor. I will be temperate within my actions, moderate in my behavior, my behavior. I will strive to emulate an Aldine profession. Thank you for learning everything I want to know. I hope you do not bore you. I ask somebody else if you like. Remember, Beth said you're a friend of Jan. Adori is missing. Do you know where we should look for her? The best worry about her fighters. I understand that. I want to look for Jerry myself, but so I do not direct you. But since you're in this too, I could use some help. Continue. Jan and I met at Canabras. For a few days ago. I just hit it off when we went drinking together. We went on a faithful celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd. We should start looking for him in the main square, that where we last saw her. Sir Frown Joran is a good fighter, even if she is a green. She should not become a Aradari or what otherwise. I hope that means she's alright. What do you think what's going on in Canara virus? Trying to pronounce that. What do you think what's going on in Canara virus?
Best viewers on streamboo.com, remove the space and
No.
join BR.
No, I'm not doing that. Just follow me, demon. Just follow me. Just follow me. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Everyone just follow me like regular. Normally, not buying users. I don't want you to buy users. And you guys are trolls too. Man. I'm sorry I egged it on. No one, I said that all the time, no. I completely chaos. It's lucky we're here to handle it, right? She smiled brightly, then she gave you a worried talk. Does the way I talk, brother? I know I can see the brace many good people. Brace, I think it's brace many people. And the protector, Trana, I don't know about that girl. I cannot pronounce that name, guys. Died here on cameras. Paladins and Adele expected the property of respectful of someone. I don't know if I read this, but I think I read this. Everyone can read this. You can read the. Continue. I prefer I prefer to face my troubles with a smile and a bit of common sense. Grief is a weapon they're used against you. I cannot undermine a warrior in spirit. It's better hold off a grief until you're driven to the least demon, and the calls is from the city. The call, if you want to win, we cannot mourning other. You cannot be mourning other disgrace by day and night. Please enjoy healing the souls. There is a wisdom and temper. Another a more amusing, and one should not reject them to more the incaparate remorse, cement, caparate and morosement. We could offer others morals. I think it's moral or many people love their premises of criminals. I'm not bothering by your talk, but matter is you fight. I'm gonna say the Catholic. If you want to win, you cannot more and discreet and day by night, plus in the joyful of souls, healing the souls. I mean, you're nice when you're. It's nice when you and your commander think alike. So smile softly. You prefer an action that was Celtic. Is fighting demons all you want, or are you looking for something more? And what? Actually, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna pause this for a minute. I read a lot here, guys. Whew. So how you cover your how you cover your how are you covering myself in glory? Because the hero was 100 borrowers, or at least a dozen. They're living ones. Seth's eyes shine cheerfully. Anyways, but more serious, the area around the whirlwind wood is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend and weaken and serve good. Being a part of the crusade is a reward enough for me, but there is something that worries me. I think I read this, right? You can read it, guys. Here you go. Did I read this? Here you can read it. I did a lot of reading here. You can read that. Continue. I do not even sound like I'm criticized I'm that word. My brother is in my arms, but the Eagle Watch is in our order. Fuse. I meant Eagle Watch. Our orders of focused on just one arm. In the war against the whirlwind, that why they can sometimes overlook the smaller thing, ordinary misfortune, and continue. I always begin to wonder nights become any moment I could get up and go and help the poor rat folk whose family have been kidnapped, or an old woman who favors their dog had gone missing. So weird. My answer I do not have something big, important goal, but I will be happy to help those who need it. A little bit here and a little bit there. I think we should go our separate ways, but you should better look for a new commander. Stella frowned. I thought that's your final discussion. We do not get me wrong, you have the right choice of companion, but every sword counts in the war. Even had our differences. Yes, you're right. I was being rushed. Yes, that's my final discussion. Yes, that's my final discussion. Thank you. Then good luck you on your journey. Serve makes a short brow, turn quickly, constantly emotional of her face, and walk away.
This is my path.
Usually it's someone to say goodbye after that too. I talked to him. Arabeth rubbed her red and tired eyes. Any success? The city? What is our main objective? I meant. You heard what the demon said? You're going to said there are going to be separate the separate the war zone, but blow it up, the whole barrier around it, the war zone. That would be even worse disaster than the war zone expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only can Yes, Canberra kind of rests even, but even the city with will stone will not be destroyed, including the capital. We cannot allow that. No matter what, we will retake it, even destroy it if must. Endelo's gift must be not become a weapon of the abyss. Those warstone, what are they? They are the greatest treasure and shield, the shield given to us, and by Endel herself, replaced in cameras and other Medivh city and fortress by her herald and his chin of warstone form of protection barriers and stopping the expansion of the whirlwind kept the demon from moving beyond the barrier. We shudder to think what happens if their barrier falls. Allow me to ask you a few personal questions. Frowning a little, and Albeth nodded. Please, but most warned you. There are something I do not have the right to discuss. Where are you from? Where are you from? I'm born in Canada. I was grow up on a farm just outside it, but my way back home it laid at the end of a long and windy road. It took me years to travel through the forgotten lands before I came to be where I am always belong. How did you become a paladin? A bitter smile appeared on her orc's face. I do not know much like I remember it. I believe it or not, the story of how I become a paladin is so the story how I failed to be a knight. Continue. My parents were a crusader. There were souls standing together in Medell. The Silto army. When I was born, they were reunited from their war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was in a orc. You're being pressed to find a commoner, wise and more curious servant of the goddess than he. But we still all have life. We was dogging by the stairway looks and whispers. Look at the and and pause it, and you can look at it and continue. And I grow older, and I was time for me to serve and decide anywhere but Canberra, Canaveras, I think that's what it is. That was where my father had to serve loyal and had only reward had been injustice, beside which the hunter led by the honor of prelate Huron struck. The city was with a heavy hand. Who knows that what they have done to the strange girl in green skin? Indeed, I went to, and I smirked. That looked like more like a painful grimace cross on her face. You can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish, and choose less well of all the places. You imagine how well I was accepted in a country that had been battling for orgs and Balkanzen since his foundation. Canaveras. You can read the pause it and read it. I know you can read this and pause it. Many people, I think I read. Yeah, read that. I don't know if I can read this. Whole about Balkan. The org can be found throughout the garrison, where else they are as powerful or living in themselves population settlement as in the whole of Belgium. Belgium is in a unforgiving wasteland filled with shrubs, bushes, sleep mountains, and uneven lands where the water and scarlet and gently limit of the season flood roads. Continue. And there were many of there like me, but we were all treated as second-class citizens. To the local of my green skin was worse than deeper worse than leper scrubs. Even my brother is, and his fate kept their distance. I took my views and their goodness, God, grant to me the power of a paladin, but even then I'm not a single order would accept me into their ranks, but I spent 6 months knocking on doors before I realized a simple truth. I serve an Imdale, but not the people do not have to present myself before them. So I left as a paladin, but not a knight. Continue. It's probably It's probably hard for you as a human to imagine what it's like when the very color your skin and a thing in your mouth makes people in the street turn on their heels to avoid you. I mean, no, the offense, of course. Did you come from to join the knightly order? I left the last wall when I traveled to the goddess guide me, and my path lead me to where Ashrasis, Astronosis. Oh, whatever that word is. Wherever it happened, I often fight to exchange gold, but I never put war in unworthy arm. Of course, I would. The river kingdoms from a few years filled with monsters and tracking down criminals sometimes through there. I was just wasting time, but just the truth place were in criminals. But I pressed those through anyways. I did not even want to think about going back, but end up divine province, I think it's province, had brought me to the scene, brought me my sense. Continue. It happened in Termon. I tracked a gang of bandits, which is my employer suspected I was covered for Rismaran species. I managed to find their lair. Inside I found something more dangerous than a species on a holy temple to Zon Kuthin. Even when I broke into in there, the cultists were about the surface. People were person who was determined because my wife era, but that's another story. Iberia, it's another story. The realm of Erzan was once another a violent river kingdom and the archduchy of Malkat, where the leadership changed and often a year there ended of 4661 when they landed was Concord in Rasmir of Tauron claimed to have ascended the godhood. You can read the continue. After I cut down the cultless Amize their paper, they cannot believe my eyes. A network of evil cults and spread there throughout the Avestan, including the Mendel verses of the document clearly show their allies, the Temple of the Ivory Labyrinth. I have infested my native in Cannabis, and where we even almost ranked of the paladins after the delay. My home income would be tenement of direction. Luckily, I no longer alone. I was as eager to destroy the cultists as I was. Temple of Ivory Labyrinth. But pledging their living, the Bauman was cultless needs of suburbs of the good work of the Crusaders there, caused their troubles of the Crusader camp, investigate the fight and eagering partition in the greatest violence there, spread their lies and sow seeds of fear of the voice of sweetened by magic. Some have amused the role of holy crusaders and risen in the ranks in our knightly order, waiting for their moments when their treachery could be used to revive the most foolish and I'll continue. Then Aver and hurried to Carinaris. We could not trust anyone to the paper indicator that the cultists had inflated everything unlucky. I had some experience in the investigation of and my beloved. The Horg smiled warmly. She knew her ways around the working locks, telling people and trading information with the city bond feeders. soon as we defeated Atlas and the whole Hydra, but I fold of his head. Do you know to turn out to become a leader, the cultist, and the commander of the Eagle Watch? Continue. I'm gonna say that Lord religion check pass. I cannot imagine the followers of Seren is in the lines of demon worship. Should they hate each other? They should, but Bearhoment minions are master and of the script. They meant like Zon K. I'm gonna say Zon Cohen butchers as the eager of the Lamanites, and they are the cultists from the unholy temple. But unholy temple, they do not know the truth about faith, their own accessories of Canaris. We are ourselves to learn the truth about truth much later, but after getting to the bottom of their nest, gain 5 experience. How did the people of Canaris feels about the background? What? They tolerate it surprisingly well. We should not have been so worried. Crusaders do not tend to be the rejoice as a ruler. After all, the heroes from over the world, from the other continents, came here to fight the demons, approaching the people were only suspicious from the full-blood orcs. There were already many like me here, and we do not have any problems through the local to do their suspicion. Medell and Marlis last wall, they just have a different set of victims. Continue. They see those somehow. They seen those seems the sidewalks look and squall, hearing the formidable whispers. But where once they used the whispers behind my back and pointing at me, now the whispers in my ears pointed somewhere else, and so strange. But to be on the other side of humanity is the wipe and the split me from your face. I suddenly be invited to change positions and spit at someone else. Split. I meant spit that someone else continue. You have must figured out by now I'm just talking about Typhoon is the truth thing. The truth there are many of them amongst the causeless. We fall among from our Crusader, and our fights all do all they can to drive away who those who would be our allies. People stun them, calling them Agrilu spawns, and worse, as they're close to be born to like that. I believe that's quite fast to the race against the call of the one blood and join the force of good. Still, the only see them as an enemy once they're saw a knight. They're bleeding to death, but they won't not let the Tefing priest touch his wounds, as also I've been able to change their in my time in Kenris. Tell me about Vina. We met in Taimon. It was as I was wandering armless from one ordeal to another. I returned to Cameron Canaris together with to expose the temple of the Ivory Labyrinth. The day of the King Knights. Me was the second happiest day of my life, for the first was the day of my wedding. And it was not just Anita and Neva was not just my beloved, she is my son's ally. We shared every victory and defeat. The best of me is alive thanks to her. Continue. Thanks for saving her. Thank you for saving her back then. Those days, Canaris followed before her, returning, and the only thing I give me is strength to protect her and defend her heart. I was hoping that I see her again. We are in your debt. Thank you for your answers. If it's not without saying a word, tell me about the Eagle Watch. I was just a small order created to fight not only demons but also an enemy without maintaining properly with the Paladin ranks, preventing her easy of the identified species. It fails them. mis re, re, mo- misre, miserability at that the temple of the ivory labyrinth, and felt that its formed their nest within its ring. Continue, and the queen, after the queen entrusts me without the leader of the order, Neva, and I actually built it from scratch. We got rid of the dead weight people who were not admitted. We organized a way to transmit messages and orders safe. We induced to realize the responsibility, chip her, and found a chip ally even the city from the Crusader Order to the street braggers. Continue. The personal custody of the pledge, the city of the Templars who had infested it, and I thought it was winning. I could feel it. We were close to drive the cultists of coronavirus, but Bella frowned. But I heard it to admit, but success did not count for much once the demon entered the city. The order, contrary, if you was not for you, there would be a headquarters at the defense of heart. Cultists would have survived up the city on a platter to the demons. Exactly, inspiring means nothing when I come down to the honest fight. Success has got me up to the surface to where the cultists in the city, then Crusaders with exactly where their order does. I'm going to say the first one. The lion was Annabeth with forehead softened. Yes, that's true. It's a good thing. Yeah, I've something. Thank you. I have to go now. Go, my, and they'll keep you safe. And a dialogue. I think I'm done with Toten. So this is my room. I've done her. I think I've done him, right? Oh, I know they were going back here. I think I've done him.
Adventures await.
How much money do I have? Anyways. I have...
Stand ready.
How did the city fall easy where the bloody paladin is? And thou into her doesn't abandon us in the despair. Because the prince all perish. Today is lie, but about tomorrow. Canaris have only returned without how it ends. Oh, well. I'm gonna read another one, guys. This is like 2 hours, just that. It's this. I think it's 2 hours reading. Karen. Yeah. A young man in well-worn traveling clothes and a simple wooden as a band-aid, super wooden symbol on a race trail on his chest. Effectually cut linen robe into the straps to use it as a band-aid. The spared advantage of Zasrin to work with the Zoe of singing some tunes about red bards and ripped sleeves and of whatever under his breath. He raised a warm chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us who tend to lie off the battlefield. I'm Jard Nuth. I'm gonna say Jard of Espresso. Pleased to meet you. What are you doing here? What are you doing? My only took my holy order recently. My God has only the tower of the little power upon me, and as yet, I'm sorry to say that is the number of wood fighters of the tavern is far beyond my power. I healed part of my power to heal, but those reasons people say his faith in God, but I looked to himself first. I may not able to help the wounded and magic, but I could at least cut up bandages. Are you from another? Are you from around here? I mean, no, I'm just passing through Canaris. I'm a sailor down the old man of the others. The great sail river to the village, become a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the silly eyes of the festival, and amused to say I decided to say the day I enjoyed myself, but end up staying in the city longer than I bargained for. Bargained for Chili Creek, where is that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on the map, but people do live there. What they do not have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, and no one to offer prayers, but for good as a catch, no one gives their dead a fire burial. And at the royal wound is a stone thrown away. So I be settled so for Chili Creek, but several my gods and my people. Once we hold cameras, I be going there. But there's grace of the gods. I will survive this. Should we? I want to say it again. Once we head over camera, I will go there. If you by the grace of the good gods, I will survive this, and you should come and visit me sometime. You find the village here on the bank of the river. Just the priest marked Chili Creek on your map. Chili Creek has been revealed. Are you a young and special cleric, afraid to go to the border of Runeland? I won't lie, I'm afraid of, but what I do. The village are simple people who like and me even every day of their short lives to spend doing hard, honest work. That's actually a kind of life I wanted, something simple but meaningful. I had certain centuries ahead of me. I like elves, some other races do. I mean spare the 50 years or so I travel around the world. The young man said with a smile. Continue. Could you use the help of a cleric? No, or maybe even 100 and why, but I do not have to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I need to most, even if it's dangerous. Exactly, it's a dangerous. Well, I could use to your help as a cleric. Jeremiah mates a helpless trustor. Racital knows how to glad to help you, but there's no use to spell a deplete. I have to no training in potions or squirrels, so my robe cut off Fort Benrich. It's a second to the last one. You can read that, guys. It's a new one. I have to go. Okay, I have to go. May Atel watch over you. And a dialogue. Foreign of autumn haze. I raised my eyes to meet your. He said his family. I am foreign. Autumn haze at your service. Have had pale lips and are reddened of blood, but your see no sign of pain, of fear in his gray eyes. Do you need help? After you give you a cold and intense look at the sake of his head, I do not trouble yourself on my behalf. I'm a local healer tending to me. Besides, I come from hard people. My body will cure both wounds and poison delivered through them. Who are you? My name is Foreign of Auburn Hill. I come from the Conran because I'm a hunter and a minion of evil are qualities. I said more than that. If you do not mind, where are the strangers in my distant race and cultists? I really not tell you more than that than necessary. The homeland of the elf race in Ungaran. Colin was almost completely by the elves just before the fall. The Starstone. Only the recent elf standards by the elf standards returned their garrison. We claimed their ancient homeland, and he become a Solate realm allows non-elves visitors into their mysterious capital of that era. Here you can read it and pause it. Who wounded you? A sinner and a cope completions of the demons in the quarry I'm hunting in hospice place. I'm Tammy, you can trust me, I might able to help you. After a brief pause, Foon said, I would be impetuous to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who is your quarry here in Mendel? I was hunting a fragile Desiree by the name of Carissa. It's a plain me to admit that there are horrendous male factors such as her immune, my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in cameras, and I wounded her. The demon appeared, and the city was fillable in flames. I was injured in the battle that music, and I cannot free her soul from its service to her dark master. I expressed no anger and hope as he speak only compassionate sorrow. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out difficultly next time. You're not just a great hunter. You seem. I'm gonna say the first one. He's pursued, praised his lip. He purges his lip. I don't know. There is no deed for pity and a ancient kind of blessing with a great long of it. We gain a deeper understanding of the wood than the other race, and we are learning our lessons better than anyone that goes for a learning from the mistakes as well. I survive, which means I will be more prepared when the next time we meet. I wish to aid you in your hunt. Farmer covered his eyes wearily. I thank you, but this is my mission. I'm using the forest matter terror on my own. I'll be as you're willing to help. If you happen to meet Cassandra, I take caution. She had turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearances alone will tell you that it is warping the agate skin, marvelous stare, her of her bloody red eyes, bestialities. She's more a monster than an elf at the point. Knowledge World 26 does this Cassandra look like again? I would like to know more about you. I have to go. I want to. What does this Cassandra look like again? Success, as you know, at a knowledge check. Her skin is a dark, and her hair is pure normal white hair. Her eyes are red. You can see perfect in the dark, which is to dismay. You can come to know from experience, but the light caused her kind pain. I used the alchemy pellet to explode in a daze of flash, and she cried out as if I heard I had stabbed her. I gained 45 experience. Continue. Appearing that woman appear that is this woman is in Drow. Her race is also known as a dark cavern elf. They're rarely seen on the surface, so it might surprise you encounter her here. I'd like to know more about you. I won't hold anything back. I'm not know who am I. I'm why I made my way here, or who is it that I'm pursuing. Tell me more about yourself. Other people tended to believe I'm that identified as the slum of the A person in action, and eventually that happens to then from them. I am one of the long line of warrior and Henry who, since the youth, dedicated dedicate himself to hunting evil and injustice for the I'm successful and capable to hunt men who tracks down and stain a great many monsters. Continue. But I am a elf, and for me, I identify myself as a different meaning It's a shape by the place where I was born, and that I love to so deeply. I am shaped by what I found in a beautiful, and what I made my heart quickly by the fear that comes to me, and the dead of night by the thing I found is intolerable that at tolerate that at sight of them my very core darkness. I fell with the poison thrill to tell you who I am. I would require many days and much condor, which more than you and I have at our disposal. Why did you choose to be a hunter of evil? Because I am the son of the anomalous and proud nation. We are some critics of arrogance, but no one dares to doubt our honesty when a crime admits cannot turn a blind eye. If we were to abandon our obligate to oppose the evil, if we were to surrender our surrender this obligation to our race, and we also replenish the pyramids. Remind me who the quarry that bought you in the middle. I was hunted as a frago, the desert by the name of Kalesandra, Kalissa, I think. A pain of mine admit that there's are humans manifest such as her, and minds of no kind. Refresh my memory about Carissa. She's Miss Keller. Unfortunately, of those elf races in the blessed shade of Corin, she wore herself to the faith of Desiree, and set out on a criminal path of her name as darkness rewards her with great power, and we oppose disfigurement, so we could longer hide in the sin. Carissa, I think, lead here to be closer to her master and follow her. I have no more questions. As you wish. Physician, Do you think Carissa might be a droid? Oh, that failed. A droid is unlikely. No more possible. That dark service left behind a brand similar to the one of those twisted intercursed droid the race. The coin I would think. I have to go. Good fortunes for you. Dialogue ended. That's the basement. That's outside. That's the basement. Oh, I had to go in there. Oh, I was on the basement. For a minute. Suddenly a soul divine will protect us. Haha, you had me. You're joking, you show up.
Hey, Chief! Ooh, hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
The young tiefling sights across a figure on the floor. He is looking for really claim for something of shackles, but he should wipe back his fore. Imagine, notice your attention of the typing instead up to buckle his over. Okay, continue.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
Okay, I will.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Who are you?
Woljif. Woljif Jefto. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
Tiffany rattle his chain and give you a meaningful look. What did you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Continue.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Continue.
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Canaveras. Here you can look at it again, Canaveras, and I cannot help you while you chain up here. How can I free you? Why are you chained? Why are you chained? Why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He
Continue.
was caught thieving.
Okay. Why are you chained up here? I can help you free you.
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Alright, I talked a little bit about your solution. No, I'm not going to help you. No need to thank me about it. I need to think about it. Alright, I talked to her about it.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Wolfit granted, your shadows. What it was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Okay, I talk to you later. Go ahead, do not. I want to try something here. Ah. I want to go here. I'm kind of going outside. This is damage.
We should move. I'll make my own legend.
To me, do not know the commander. I saw the news. Well, J- Duran B. glazed at the door, turning the blade in his Calhouse hand. Careful, inspect the edge when you see you approaching. He set the blade aside and greeted you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canaris. Are you come and see where we need a warrior. Show me your wares. I want to look at that later. Do you know everyone in Canaris by sight? Well, everyone, and I made it my business to know the people who might need service, but I'm a blacksmith. Works isn't just at the anvil. You know? Are you Stoughton? Are you Sultan's V's brother? Yep. Where he goes, I go. That's how we always done it, even before the whirlwind forge in the armor. He goes into battle and break it. He brings it back to me. I repair it, and I made it better than before. Even everything changes since, of course, but a part of his stay the same. How was Sultan to blame for the fall of Zen? I told this story so many times already. Well, he told it one more time won't kill me. The blacksmith cite a dozen. Dozen is built after the first crusade, but when we seen like a victory, it was our for the taking, and that's the demon invasion. We could soon be at the end. The population of the old Sarkaris was thought the demise, and many of them hoping to see their hard fight repenting. With a small plot of claimed land, Dozin was a fortress built on all other hopes, on a mandate of vision. Thought you not supposed to say that out loud. Founder of the fortress during the during the harvest, the first Medivane crusade Desrin overtook by the demonic horde of the whirlwind. I know it stands of demonic moments into the foolish native of those early crusades. Desrin. Well, I'll let you read that one. There's so many, lots of reading. I'm gonna continue. Continue on what the city was, Tamiar, and you could even imagine it was built by the first Finnish engineer from the fifth king of mountain, Queen Gilfi, spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be to the capital of the crusade moment of a monastery to its glory, and a beacon of hope for the garrison heroes were drawn there and speak a flame of glory, and there come from the over and Talador grounds Thai I cannot list them all of relic knows as a sword of Valor. It was kept in their banner and been there carried into battle by the Limador himself, but when she was still human, the banner protected the city and kept the demons from transporting inside the walls. As long as the banner was in the place, theirs was incredible, or so we thought. There's a grief that's a long read. You can read it and pause it, guys, and Queen of Ruthai. Garrison, you can read that. The Great Crusade, the relic of the sword of Pillar banner is carried the battle, and Vendel himself, the boast of symbol, the powerful effect, which emitted the Roman blocked the demon power. However, the banner only works this way in the righteousness hands hold from the eyes from believe they lose and purse. Continue. But even the whirlwind suddenly expanded. The demon launches a new onslaught of folks starting to saying it was time to decide the Second Crusade in Jazran on on that unservable until one other young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him to the banner should not be hanged into the city. That is a rightful place on the battlefield. She whispered honey words about glory and valor, and convict him that he could become a hero as Nimdale herself. And the poor fool believed her, and he rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demon slaughtered them with a second, but some reason the courage ringleader was spared of the whole army transport into Dazran. It was a bloodbath. And George Sima shook his head. Here, you can pause it. Pause it. Here, pause it. Continue now. Why did you have to forge here? Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? I guess the officer called you Sultan Vine, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just a demon, but it was many ghosts that fool when she gave us a lot of grief, and Canaris to the do not ask me about what I should do while my brother was off trying with that beast, and why did not save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestured as he towards off in the first voice reproach. Who could we guess we could end up like this? Who could guess it would be end up like this? And I failed my brother that the truth. I blame myself every day looking at the light. So that's the story. Why is you have the forge in the tavern yard? Whatever I'm that where my forge is. True master of craftsmen will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of cherry stone and metal, but I'm not getting my hands, and that means I cannot wear. I would. Show me where your wares, please. Oh, that's expensive. Whoa. Okay, I get that. I need 7. Huh? I need 61,000.
I tire of waiting.
I don't know what can I do for you. I have to go. Tai Long will watch over you. If you need something from me, do not be afraid to stop by. Turgore is known as a father of creations, as son and Sirius, the Doru and god of forge protection. strategy, values, honesty, planning, a well-made steel. He is often distant to lead a magical power, sir, leaving the followers to make their own way through, noticing that will make them strong and demonic. And a dialogue. Presider planter paint golem. The myths Maleficent of Gladiator golem encrusted with gems and covered with shave folly, a boss triumphant and claim, happy to be your service. May I show him, bring you and to your day. What are you? I'm a press digger. I'm golem. I always call I'm golem. Made the ago. Mailing mill and you go. And I was built in a Celtic and Charlene, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In a joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I have recited the Temple of Shrine. I cannot pronounce that word. That word in Isaiah X8. Zine. Continue. But a good critic so fit the officer in me as a gift to managing Cassidy, so you could spare the beauty I can create. You can do anything useful. My creator granted me abilities to place the next to it. The vitriol item could change their colors and textures to make them more beautiful, appealing to the eyes. Would like me to cast the illusion over your armor. Make a green. Green is very present color, and that would be match your eyes. How can I end up here? I was in the tower of Estrad Museum, but the same not beauty people come from started smashing everything. I asked them to show resents that when I decided to steal after all, I'm the beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down to the street, but I did not want to go with them, and so I kept stopping. Continue. The least beautiful of my kidnappers, those throw me other throw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with me. But I'm very heavy, and so his black made very hot, not very hot, crunching sound, but he started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of those yellers was directed at me, and then they started hitting me with those they're not beautiful weapons. And then so good Crusade dried them away and brought me here. And now I've been lumbered with waste of good metal, and instead of working, I'm supposed to keep my eyes on you, so no one is trampled by the walking treasure trolls. What would you do to help the war effect? I was designed for the type of combat, yet I can't, yes, can bring beauty and humanity. I never kept any type of combat. I want you to cast a legion on my gear. Well, I'm happy to be your service in a contact. Oh, wait, how can I do that? So I don't have any gear on me. Oh, do I need to do that? Yeah. Oh,
Adventures await.
Oh crap! Oh, alright. I want to put my new clip, and then you can put your companion.
This is my path. We should move.
Yeah. Oh, now we get the story. I think now we get the story. This is a global map of the city of Coronaris. To move various parts of the map, use R and travel through locations, discovering hover over the cursor with X. Uh, I wanna know where the heck we are. I wanna know where we are. Sense of heart. That's where we're at. The best place you have you visit you have visited this locations. You've never been there. No, I'm right there. Mongol Market Square. Scott Ransom.
I'll cut you wide open!
I got this.
The spirits demand your blood.
Forwards! I'm wounded!
You are today's sacrifice!
We won't falter!
I'll put in how far this is. Ooh, I died, didn't I? Oh,
I got this.
Forwards!
I'll cut you wide open! Ha! The spirits demand your blood.
Damn you!
Be the end.
You are today's sacrifice!
Are you still here?
Go for their hearts! I'll cut you wide open!
good guys always win. I'm gonna try this again.
The spirits demand your blood! You are today's sacrifice! Pain is excruciating. Go for their hearts! This is how it feels. So this is how it feels.
I'll make...
Here comes trouble. I got this.
I'm wounded.
I'll cut you wide open. The spirits demand your blood.
Forwards! We won't falter! end.
You are today's sacrifice! Go for their hearts! I'll cut you wide open!
Damn you! Are you still here?
I'm very tired. I'm tired. And my chore is about to die. I'm gonna go continue this in the next episode. Okay. This is the end of episode 2. Bye. Have a good night.